All right, y'all give it up one more time for Mr. Pun. All right, y'all, so I'm going to wrap us up with one poem for the evening. Is that all right? That's all right. Okay, you guys, it's been amazing. Let's get into it. But before I go right into the poem, I like to get a little personal with my group here because we family now, right? So I'm going to do this little thing called what I call fun fact, right? So I say fun fact, y'all say give it to us. Fun fact.
Give it to us.
Fun fact.
Give it to us.
In high school, I was the vocab champ of my, just in school. Yeah, just the vocab champ. I mean, you don't have to make it. I was proud of it, at 17 years old. All right, so what being... So now, you was the vocab champ too, huh? No. So as the vocab champ, right, I was going out to these competitions, but, to compete with my words. And what I was learning is that everybody else they were just there because they really liked words. They were there because, they were geeks, they were nerds, So the reason why I got into to words was because I heard someone say that profanity was an indication of a limited vocabulary. Anybody heard that before? Right, and I thought it was bullshit, right? So I decided I was going to start studying words so that I could prove this one woman wrong. And I realized over time I would grow more and more agitated as people tried to police how I talk, and more importantly, how I talk about myself. So in casual conversation, I often vacillate, SAT word, right? Between referring to myself as I, as me, in third person, or as bitch, because it's all in how long your tongue sits inside a syllable. The man I'm allowing to waste my time this month uses his tongue to autocorrect mine. Says, yeah, that's cool. Just don't be calling yourself a B no more. He says this, as if the B in bitch means bad. As if bitch is a bad word we do not use amongst the children. As if he don't know. The way my mirror greets a bad bitch in the morning, say if I turn a word into a thing, I ought to own it. I ought to say it with my whole chest in the midst of your discomfort. You police my words back down my throat, and they return with a vengeance. You done sparked a revival, boy, thinking you were starting a revolution. But picture me a pupil in this pulpit of a poem, one who has learned about the power of words from prophets. Poet Nikki Giovanni says, I turned myself into myself and was God. And I felt that so much so I had to write a poem about the God in me. And how dare I give all that is majestic about myself such a brutal name? Declare my crown, don't lose its shine, because you have learned that a bitch is a female dog. And as a man thinketh, so is he. And you hotep yourself down a rabbit hole the arc and third eye can't save you from. They won't protect you from this dissertation of a diss track. Had to write one, so you remember who and whose I am. Chose to call myself a bitch, so you know I can become one. Had to perform a seance, deliver scripture from a chapbook. I am now and have always been the primary author of the labels I assign myself. Of the text I transcribe into a Bible, call it blasphemy, how this Christian girl makes a mockery of your opinion and become doctrine, how I twist and conform to fit in my own image. How dare I see the God in me and leave behind an empty vessel you cannot save from herself? How dare I rename myself on everything but my pay stubs and call myself miraculous? Cause bitch, we all know I've been a miracle. How I perform myself into myself. How dare I still fix my mouth to say I am a God or that there's still a God in me? Watch as he saves you from the lash of my tongue, saves me from myself, transforms me into a boisterous blessing. Watch as he allows me to call myself a god, a goddess, a poet, a bitch. Just watch how the God I serve don't police this potty mouth into surrender. How you got some nerve, boy. Thinking you ever could. Thank you, Irvin Grimes. Y'all have been amazing.